I was trying to think what to call this. 5 reasons why you keep giving up. 5 reasons why you're not able to stick to healthy eating or whatever else you're trying to stick to. 5 reasons why, I don't know. Let's just go with 5 reasons why. I'm going to talk to you and tell you, and then also get into the 5 reasons, 5 things you can start doing now that are going to help. Okay, so 5 reasons. Now you'll see what I'm talking about. So if you're you're trying to eat healthy because you've either gained weight or you're not feeling well, you have some sort of health issue, and you keep telling yourself, I'm going to give up the gluten, I'm going to give up the dairy, I'm going to give up the sugar, I'm going to give up coffee, I'm going to give up all this stuff, right? That's part of one of the reasons why things don't work. And so you might have tried before, because sometimes, you get involved in those challenges or those little programs and you do really well for that amount of time, and then something happens and bam, it just trips you right up and you're off again and you're going back to your old habits. Yeah, that can happen. So let's see what's going on. Well, number 1, I have self-sabotage. Yes, because you continue to sabotage yourself. That's one of the reasons. And this is very natural. Now, sometimes what happens is when we are trying to make changes in our lives, so you're trying to go through the change, you're like, okay, I knew I need to change, right? But there's resistance. You could say to yourself, I know I want to eat. I know I got to eat better, right? I got to get this thing straightened out. I know, but you're not ready. So you're resistant. So you get resistant. Or you don't like being told what to do. So somebody says, okay, I want you to give up this, sugar, and all this stuff. And you're like, no damn way I'm going to do all that. But you should. So you're running on shoulds. So as soon as you start to make these changes, they're all, inside, it's your body's going, I don't really want to do this. I really, really don't. This sucks. Why does everybody else get to eat this stuff except for me? So then you, of course, continually sabotage yourself. So until you really want it, until the pain is so bad that you want to feel good instead of, if you're still okay with how you're feeling or you don't understand that where you are is like it's going to just continually to get worse, you're going to stay there. And all the shoulds in the world or all you must do this is not going to keep you on track. You're just going to keep sabotaging yourself over and over again because you're not ready. You don't have a big enough why, or you don't have this big enough need to change. The fortunate thing about it is when you keep sabotaging yourself, you are going to get worse. That's the thing, right? It's like if you're not ready, when are you going to be ready? So it's really about saying, okay, I see that I keep sabotaging myself. Now, either I'm ready to make some changes in my life or I'm not. That's the reality of it. And if you are ready, if you believe, you need to get yourself ready, mind, body, and spirit. You need to get in the game. You need to understand why it's so important. You need to find your strong why. You need to maybe get accountability from someone, because trying to do it on your own, and when you feel resistance, when you feel like it's a should and not a must, you're going to continue to sabotage yourself. So that is not going to work, right? Number 2, other people. Other people can stop you and sabotage you too, right? Other people. Now let's say if you're trying to make a change in your house or your life, right? You want to eat healthier, so all of a sudden you buy all these healthy foods and you clean up your house and you throw away all the stuff. And then your family is so resistant. They're like, what the heck are you doing? I don't want to do this. You're like, we are all going to eat healthy because it's so important. And I want you guys to be healthy too. And none of this junk is going to be here and don't buy it. The thing is, they're just going to sabotage you. They're going to consistently sabotage you because they don't want the change. And so they figure if they can stop you, then everything goes back to normal. So please don't try to change other people when you are making changes yourself until you are so solid and all the positive changes and patterns and habits are so ingrained now that you can stand strong in yourself and not let anybody deter you. But until then, just work on yourself. Don't try to force anybody else to do it because they will try and sabotage you. So number 3 is another reason why you get off track all the time, right? Or can't lose the weight or can't stick to a healthy diet. And that's stress. Stress is a big one. When you let things get too much in your life, then it's too much. Then you just got to let go of something. And so if, let's say, eating healthy or exercising or whatever is a new habit for you, is something you're doing new, what you probably do is you'll let go of that first. That's probably going to be something you're going to just like let go of first. Unfortunately, that's just the way it works. So adding more stress to your life, because you see it as adding more stress to your life, because you're like, I was fine before. Now I try to do something like this and I can't handle it. Like there's too much. The thing is that you need to, if you're going to develop these better habits and bring things more into your life, like exercising or eating healthy, whatever, you need to let go of some other things in your life. So there's room for these new positive habits and behaviors, right? So there's room for them to prepare healthy foods. Now, I know there's things in your life that you can let go of. It's just about finding importance, putting things in, like knowing your values, knowing what's important to you so that you put those things, right? So that that's important to you. Now, that shifts throughout life. So at certain times of life, certain things are important to us. So we're constantly shifting what we put first. But what do you always make time for? What do you always make time for in your life? That tells you what you value the most, whether it's good or bad, and it might not be good, right? So time to take a look at that. Number 5, all or nothing attitude. That will kill things. That'll sabotage you. That'll cause you to quit and to give up. That all or nothing attitude. Because you can't be perfect all the time. So we may look at somebody, and I know some people think I eat perfect. Oh my God, I don't eat perfect all the time. I love my beer and French fries. I love a bag of plain potato chips because I can't have the preservatives. And it's not about being perfect all the time. If you expect yourself to be perfect all the time, you're just setting yourself up for failure, because it's almost impossible to stay that way for any length of time. Yes, if you do something like my 14-day clean eating cleanse program, you can do it for 14 days. That's great. You feel fantastic after. But to try and continue on a really super clean, perfect diet, unless you're a super athlete or, something like that, most people don't. So don't try to do all or nothing. It's about making small, consistent changes, about picking a few things to work on, maybe even one new thing a week to work on, right? Start that until you've got that managed, then start another new thing, and you'd be surprised by doing consistent smaller steps, you will be far more successful than try to do everything at once and then quitting for like a few months. And then you get on it again. You're like, try everything at once, too much, and you quit again because you're frustrated. So pick 1 or 2 things. So those are 5 things that can really trip you up, right? So the number 1 is self-sabotage, constantly sabotaging yourself because you're not really ready. Number 2 is other people will try and sabotage you because you're trying to force them in most cases, or else some friends want you to stay the same. They want you to stay the same. They don't want you to change. They want to go out with you and eat all the junky food and that they can, and they don't want to feel guilty, right? Because they're not ready to change. Number 3, stress. Yeah, too much stress in your life. Number 4, I missed one. We did all or nothing attitude. All or nothing attitude, got that. And number 5, we're on number 5 now. Number 5 is about that you're not changing as a person. And I talked about this in another video. When you are making changes in your life and you're working towards something that's different, that requires you to change as a person inside. So for an example, a short 2-week program or 3-week program, you can stick to that and become really clean. But then afterwards, you'll probably go back to the way you were and who you were before, because you haven't worked on changing yourself inside to become that person that eats healthy consistently, to become that person that works out consistently. So when you're working on something, it's about changing your habits, your beliefs, your thinking, your actions, and all of that. And as you do that, you are changing yourself as a person. You're open to becoming a different type of a person and thinking a different way. And if you don't do that if you're just taking action and not really changing the inside, your beliefs, habits, behaviors, then you're going to keep going right back to old behaviors too. So that will sabotage you. So what are 5 things you can begin to do now? Okay? To feel better, to get on the healthy path. Number 1, and you're going to laugh, you're going to think this is stupid, 2 green smoothies a day. I preach it all the time. You start with just 2 green smoothies a day. And if that's all you do, you will notice a difference. You will notice a difference. I can guarantee it. Although don't put crap in it. Yogurt's not always crap, but don't put dairy, yogurt, and a whole bunch of stuff like that in it. And you need some fresh greens in it. I suggest a good mixed green super powder in it too. So the really good stuff in your green smoothie. Lots of recipes out there. 2 a day, 1 in the morning. You can make a double batch, 1 in the afternoon, and that'll really help balance your blood sugar levels, decrease the cravings, give you more energy, and you will feel so much better throughout the day. Even if you just do that for like 3 weeks, right? Number 2, watch your thoughts, words, and actions. So again, this is when you begin to change, right? We think the same thoughts every single day, almost always, and that's about 60 thoughts a day we think. So it's usually always the same thoughts over and over and over and over again. So what you need to do then is to start consciously thinking new thoughts, whether you have to write them down, whether you have to stop yourself at certain times during the day and say, what am I thinking? What am I feeling? How am I reacting to things? And consciously go, okay, right, I need to put my focus back in this positive direction. I need to focus again on health, on myself, on eating right. What am I eating? You know, like before you eat a meal, look at it and go, is this going to nourish and feed my body, this food? Or is this food kind of just junk and filler? I'm going to feel full, but it's really not feeding my body. Very important. So that's watching your thoughts. So this takes conscious work, but it's so worth it. Otherwise, you're going to stay the same, guys. You're going to stay the same if you don't work on changing things. So number 2, watch your thoughts, words, and of course, actions, which once your thoughts and your words, the way you talk to other people too, really important. Stop complaining. Stop talking about the same things over and over again. Stop saying I can't. Stop saying I will not, or it's never going to happen for me, or I can't lose the weight. I will never lose the weight. Nothing works for me. Watch your thoughts. Watch your words. Very powerful. Number 3, focus on the nutrients within the food. So like I said, your body needs the vitamins, the minerals, the phytonutrients, the antioxidants, essential fatty acids, amino acids. That's the food. That's the food that feeds every cell of your body, every organ, everything. And so when you eat, are you eating a plate of white pasta with cream sauce on it? That'll fill you up, but that is not what your body needs. That contains no nutrients, good nutrients for your body. Now, every once in a while, yes, you can have those treats. If you think of eating healthy 80% of the time, then 20% of the time you can have those other filler foods. I certainly do. Let me tell you, I do. Or 90% really clean and 10%. Let me tell you, the 10% is still quite a lot of, you still have a lot of time to eat those junkier things, right? Go ahead. Just consistently eat better foods most of the time. So before you eat, you're going to look at the food and go, okay, is this food that contains the nutrients? Of course, we're talking about the fruits, the vegetables, the greens, the leafy greens, real whole foods, not packaged, not processed, not pre-prepared. Okay? Real food. Be conscious of that each time you're eating. Still allow the other food though if you want. Absolutely. Remember, it's not all or nothing. Number 4, read all labels. So you're going to read all labels of everything. This brings you the conscious awareness because it's so amazing the junk that's in our food, you guys. Bix pickles, beyond me why they have preservatives in them. Because pickles is not like anything like that. It's not supposed to have preservatives in them. But they do. Bix is brutal for that. You can buy, for pickles, seriously, it's so weird. You can have to buy some German brand that doesn't have anything in it. Europe, they're way better. So read labels. Kraft salad dressings, some of the worst things for preservatives. Any of the sauces and bottles, packages, nor that KNOR are brutal for seasonings. Usually McCormick spice mix is brutal for preservatives. Those stuff, your body cannot metabolize them. It's toxins, they're chemicals. They are stored in fat. That's where your body stores that stuff. It cannot get rid of them. They store it in fat. You get puffy, you get heavy, discoloration, rashes, all that crap because of the toxins that you take in. So read all labels and understand and realize, oh my God, I can't believe I was eating this. Canned foods are some of the worst too. Canned tomatoes, brutal. Hard to find a can of tomatoes. Always got to look for the organic stuff. Okay, what was number 5? I'm reading. Seek help. Number 5, seek help. So what that means is if you are like, oh my God, I just can't stay on track. I just can't do this on my own. You know what? Then you seek help. You just reach out either through me, which I can help you, or anybody else you can find help through. You can find a friend to be accountable to. Maybe you guys can get together once a week and like prep all your healthy food for the week, or at least cut up vegetables, do some, go do some shopping together, do something that makes it more easier to do for you and not such a dreaded thing. Get together and make a big pot of soup once a week now in the winter, you and a friend or something. That's a fantastic thing to do. Seek help, right? Seek help. This is a big one. Like so many, for people who, us, like we own our own businesses and are doing things, we often and always usually get coaches because I don't know anything about business. I didn't know how to build a business. I didn't know what to do online. I had to seek help, seek somebody who could show me how to do the things I didn't know how to do. So we do that in other areas of our life, but why is it when you think of living healthy or, you go to a gym, you get a personal trainer. So why not an eating coach? Like seriously. Oh, right. Find somebody who you connect with, who you like, and get help with that. Because it is really, really that important. It is your health. It is your life. And if you're struggling with it right now, like if it's something you find hard and something you just can't stick to, then it's time to get help. There's lots of programs out there. There's even some free challenges you can get into sometime to get some great information. I often do those free challenges and give away recipes and give things like that. So that's a thing to do, guys. I really encourage you to get help if this is something you struggle with, right? I have programs. You can check out my site, dianamarchand.com. If not me, please continue to look until you find somebody that you resonate with and that you think you can work with, and do that. Just do it. And if you're a woman over 40, join my Facebook community, Women Creating Healthy Lives. More stuff there. Just posted a great soup recipe there today. Okay, take care. Bye.